Participants admit. My system's touchy right now. Okay. Hey, Scott.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
So I gotta tell you, Rodney is having a very hard time accepting the fact that he can't have his proceeds plus his low payment. He just doesn't understand that his proceeds are gonna be his down payment, therefore his loan is gonna be the same. I'm having the hardest time getting him to absorb this. He just doesn't understand, why can't my payments go down? I'm giving you 200, whatever $1,000.
So I told him once he got me all the paperwork and we spoke about it that we would have the exact numbers because he told me he was going to get like 150,000. So he said he's looking at houses here, and I told him if we do, all of this towards down payment and closing, this is where your payments were at. So yeah, the payment he's looking for isn't realistic to price
No,
point.
no. No, I basically said if you go, oh, because his house will sell for 525, something like that. I haven't seen it. So I said, if you buy something for five, likely your payment's gonna stay the same. If you go above five, it's gonna be up. If you go below five, it's gonna go down.
Yeah.
There's nothing below five that he even wants to consider. So, yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
that'll
little
be.
tricky.
But it also going to depend on too with uh, his uh, income
Right.
because he doesn't have a standard income. So yeah, I need to review and look at all of that because based on kind of like what we manually calculated, I don't even know if he'd get to that price point. He'd probably have to, instead of doing a down payment, he'd have to pay off debt, have a higher payment, but if he eliminates that monthly outgoing debt, he'd have more room for his mortgage payment. So
Right.
we'll get it all looked
Right.
at.
Yeah. Where is everyone today? Oh, I didn't send out the link. Maybe that's why. Of course, you didn't need it. Oh, wait. Oh, here it is. This is something. Hey, Monica said she was going to be on, and so did Ashley. I have a really good presentation. Trina's here. Hi, Trina.
Hi, Bobby.
How
How
are
are you?
you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. I'm just waiting for um Monica and Ashley. They said they were gonna be on. I don't wanna get started too soon and then they miss something, so.
Bobby, just so you know, I'm gonna step out about 12:40, okay?
Okay.
Hi, Chas.
Hi, Scott, how you doing?
Good. Have I spoke to Jeremy and
Doing
Heather.
good. Nice. What'd they say?
Well, he gave me the real scoop, and then she messaged a little bit later, but I guess she looked up like the crime rate for the city, and it got her
Oh,
freaking out a little. And I said, no, I get it. I said, I live in Upland, which I thought was like the safest place. And when you start looking up stuff, everywhere has crime. That's why they have police. So,
exactly. Yeah, it
um,
always looks bad when you when you look
Yeah.
anything up.
Yeah. So he said he was still talking to her, and then probably like an hour later, she messaged and just said that a few things have come up that they're still discussing and looking over, but we should hear back from them by the end of the week. And I said, okay, no problem. I said, if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to us.
Nice. Thank you for that. You're
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
I reach out to them as well and let them know that Lagoon, one of the ones that they like,
Uh-huh.
is expecting another offer. So
Oh,
that
okay.
hopefully will nudge them to at least make a decision.
Make a decision. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Scott.
Of course.
All right, why don't we get started? Thank you, everybody, for coming. Scott, why don't you get started with your market update?
Yeah, definitely.
There she is. See, all we have to do
Excuse
is
me.
get started.
What's that?
She just showed up, so
Oh.
I said, all we have to do is get started and then she'll show up.
Perfect. All right, so we're inching closer, or the percentages are getting higher on the next federal funds rate cut that will be coming up here in the next meeting in about a week and a half. So the prediction now is we're at an 86% chance, in all likelihood, that the federal funds rate cut will take place, another 1/4%. There's also some discussions on 2026 with regards to more Fed rate cuts, and the percentages just keep getting higher. So we are definitely looking at seeing mortgage rates slide in 2026. So good news with that.
That's good news.
Also, too, my brother-in-law, who is with NPHS, the down payment assistance grant programs, based out of here in Ranch Cucamonga. I hung out with him last week. Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah, Thanksgiving was just a couple days ago. Sorry, like I said, I've been so sick, my brain just kind of mush. I saw him for Thanksgiving. He told me that they're getting $5 million uh,
What?
in assistance and grant programs. Hasn't come out yet. It will be upcoming. So I'm telling you first. He's like, I haven't even told this, like, to the team or anything. 4 million will be allocated for assistance. 1 million will be for a specific type of assistance. I don't know the information yet. But him and I will be having lunch on Monday this upcoming week. So he's going to give me all the details. So I'll be sure to share that with you. But yeah, good news on that. With the assistance, he said up to $5 million in new grant and assistance funds that will be coming out, and it's for our counties. I know the last one we had talked about was for not San Diego, but the other county, Imperial County. So something a little closer to home and something that we can use within our areas. And then there was one other thing I was thinking about, and it totally just slipped my mind. So if it comes back to me, I'll share it. But mortgage rates, like I said, still good. Your FHA and Govy loans, we're still mid fives for conventional financing, mid to lower 6% range. So rates are still really good. There are deals out there. I'm seeing more and more, and sure you guys are, more inventory that's coming on the market, plenty of houses to see for buyers, and there are deals out there. So it's all about having those conversations and, going back through that pipeline and following up with past clients and ones that are kind of been on the fence to kind of nudge them before this thing turns. Because again, we always say that when those rates drop, those prices are going to skyrocket. So better take advantage now and get that quick equity as opposed to having to pay more for a property, more out of pocket cost just to get a lower interest rate. So
Yep.
that's what I've got for you this week. So next week I'll have all the assistance program stuff to share with you.
All right. Well, thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. It's all
Yep.
good news.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Good things
I
ahead
have a
for
question.
sure.
Scott, will you be able to do those loans? I assume so, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. That's another guy that is an LO in our office, works for NPHS as well. So he has all of our approvals for that. So yes, we will be able to facilitate all of them.
I'm looking forward to that.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. You're welcome.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Any other
Yep.
questions
Thank
for
you.
Scott? Okay, well, I am excited to get going. I wanted to share something with you that I discovered, and I'm just going to jump right into it. So, we're at the point where everybody should be writing their goals and their marketing plan. Now, a marketing plan is what we would consider a business plan because our whole business in real estate is our marketing. There's not much else that we do besides a little bit of accounting, and then, we don't have inventory per se. So when we say you need to write your business plan, it's a marketing plan. So let me show you here's Carla. Good. I'm glad she's in on this. Let me show you an easy way to write your marketing plan. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen first. Actually, let me log in first. So I'm just going to go to Chat GPT. Okay, am I logged in? No, I need to log in. I think I showed this to Adam yesterday, and I think Adam was a little bit surprised at, what he should actually be doing and what we all should be doing. I'm actually using this myself, and I am just delighted with it. So how come I can't just move that? Okay, I'm just not going to be able to move it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, ChatGPT. And share, and we'll go ahead and open this. It says the screen I'm sharing is black. Oh, there we go. All right, so what I'm going to type in here is I'm going to keep it real simple. I'm going to say, I am a realtor, and in 2026, I want to close. Let's keep it simple and go. I don't know. Somebody give me a number. How many do you want to close, Chastity? 12. 12. 12 transactions. And do you prefer working with buyers or sellers?
Sellers.
Okay. And I would like all of these to be sellers. Write a marketing plan that I can follow each day. All right. And now what I'm going to get is something that is very, very detailed. So we're just going to go through it piece by piece. So first of all, goal, 12 seller side transactions, target conversion rates. So I want to give you some definitions here. The first one is contacts conversions. What is a conversion? A conversion is, I think you remember me having this discussion with you. When you're working your database, you have every individual that's in your database tagged as somewhere in the process of buying. So the first tag that anyone's going to get is a prospect. We know that a prospect is just a person. You might know the person very, very well. A prospect can be somebody who's your brother or sister. What you don't know about them is their real estate needs. So it's a person that you know that you or don't know, but you don't know their real estate needs. The next tag that you're going to have in your database is lead. What's a lead? A lead is a prospect that you do know that they have a real estate need. That maybe their real estate need could be anywhere from I need to buy tomorrow or I need to sell tomorrow, all the way to I need to buy or sell in a year, right? So a lead can have that big of a time frame, but they have a time frame. That's what makes them a lead, right? So you have prospects, you have leads. The next category of individual that you're going to have in your database is client. Client is what? Someone that that you have a contract with. You cannot call them a client unless you have a contract with them. It's not, if you're working with a buyer but you don't have a contract, that's just a compliance issue. They're still a client. But you should have a contract with everyone you're working with, okay? Then the fourth category of person that you have in your database is, you can call it a fan, you can call it a past client, whatever you like, but it's somebody who either just bought or sold and they won't be doing it for a while, or it's somebody who will never buy or sell because of their life situation. We call them fans because they are a very integral part of your database. They are your sales force. They're the people with boots on the ground saying how great you are, right? We got to nurture them too. So we have 4 categories. What's a conversion? It's when you move someone from one category to another category, right? So what you try to do every day are conversions, right? So going back up here, target conversion rates, contacts to contacts, conversions. Okay, I like the way it wrote yours better. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to write this a little bit different. Write this marketing plan in terms of number of conversions needed per day and number of new prospects added to my database each day. Okay. Yeah, we did one yesterday with Adam and it was a little bit easier. Okay. So here we go. 2026 daily numbers based marketing plan, seller only, 12 closing goal. So we required conversion funnel, realistic industry rate, 24 signed listings. So what ChatGPT is doing is they're applying industry averages to your marketing plan. So it's already doing the work of, if I want 12 listings, how many listings do I need to get signed? Because what they're averaging is that for every listing that you have signed, for every 2 that you have signed, one's going to fall apart. One will not go to closed, right? So in order to have 12 seller transactions, you need 24 signed listings. Is that realistic? Maybe, maybe not. You know, I think in our area, I wouldn't necessarily think that I'd need 24 to get 12.
Right.
I'd maybe need 20, maybe 15 to get 12, right? So just realize that they're going to apply some industry averages that may not be specific to our region. And that's easy to adjust. But what I love is that it gives you a framework to work from. All right, so in order to get 24 signed listings, I need 48 listing appointments. They are applying the average that for every 2 listing appointments you get, only 1 is going to relate into a listing, right? Okay, so therefore, you need to have 480 meaningful conversations, because for every 10 conversations, 1 is going to actually lead into a listing appointment. Therefore, you need 1,600 contacts because 30% of each contact will relate to a conversion. Now, I think what they're talking about as far as a conversion is converting a listing appointment into a listing and conversations into listing appointments. I think what was different about yours yesterday is we said it was a mix. So this one's more seller specific. So whatever you put in there is what it's going to give you. So daily number targets. So you need each day, 1 new contact added, 7 new homeowners per day. 7 times 5 times 50, 1750 a year, enough margin above the 1600 needed. So based on a 5-day work week and 50 work weeks per year, leaving 2 weeks for vacation, you would need to add 1 new contact into your database each day. So meaningful conversations, you need 2 meaningful seller conversions per day. A meaningful conversation per day. A meaningful conversation equals you exchanged words back and forth and discussed real estate intent, timing, or motivation. So 2 meaningful seller conversations per day. Okay, if you're adding 1 new, I sure liked yours better. You know what? Let's go back
Bobby,
to a mix.
You
Yeah,
know, you have a history on your chat,
I
and
know. Let me find his, because his was much better.
you can go
I'm
to
so sorry.
yeah.
Is it right there, marketing plan for H?
It's a hamburger.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you. All
Look.
right, so let's go back up to his. And the only reason I want to do this is because we've already gone through this. I thought it would bring up the same one, but if you put all sellers, then it comes up a little different. Okay, so this is a mix. This is a 12 closed transactions. We don't know if it's sellers or buyers. We don't really care. So real estate conversion rates, national averages. For every 100 conversations, you're going to get 1 closing. For every 30 nurtures, you're going to get 1 appointment. What's a nurture? Here's another definition I want to run by you. A nurture is, remember when I said you put a lead in your database, you converted a prospect to a lead, you know that they want to buy or sell. Because they can give you anywhere from tomorrow to a year from now, you are going to have to nurture that lead from now until when they pull the trigger. So nurtures are all those people that you're just kind of, hey, checking in. I know you're waiting for 6 months, but here's some things to think about, when you're getting ready. Here's a moving guide. Monica has a great moving guide. These are the nurtures. Right? That's what's meant by nurturing. So for every 30 nurtures, you're going to get 1 appointment. For every 5 appointments, you're going to get 1 client. For every 3 clients, you're going to get 1 closing. And I believe this is much closer to the truth than the last one was. So I should have started here. But to close 12 deals, you're going to need about 1,200 real estate conversations per year. You're going to need 100 conversations per month. You're going to need 25 conversations per week. Conversations, yeah. And then 5 conversations per day. So I think when Adam saw this, he was surprised that, wow, I need to be having 5 conversations per day. So that is achievable, but it does take a bit of commitment. So how should your lead source mix be? This is another part of this that I really like to see. So in your lead sources, this is how your mix it should look like, give or take. You should have a diverse marketing plan. So out of the 12 that you're going to close in the next year, 5 of these should come from your sphere or past clients. So what is your sphere? Your sphere is people that you know, everybody in here. This is your sphere. 5 of those transactions should come from somewhere in your phone. 3 of them should come from social media, 2 should come from open houses, 1 should come from community engagement or farming, and then 1 should come from some sort of online lead. And then I'm also going to give you 3 places where you can get online leads. Either you pay at closing or you pay to get the lead.
And Bobby,
So this is how, yeah.
one thing I was going to say, and sorry, I couldn't push my unmute thing fast enough when you were talking before. Uh, like the whole, like you have to have five conversations a day. That can be in many different ways too, right?
Yes,
Have
good one.
in person, on the phone, through
Yeah.
a exchange, on Facebook Instant Messenger or whatever, or even through an email, just
Yeah.
like sending information that you promised or whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be 5 phone calls. I mean, that's good, but it,
Yeah.
it can be all those things.
Right. Thank you for saying that, because yeah, I don't want to give the wrong idea. It can be any kind of conversation.
But
It can
sometimes
be through social media.
to get people on the phone because they're busy. They have their life. So
Right. Right. I've been getting lucky so far, but not usually. I usually can't get people on the phone. All right. Step 3, monthly marketing plan. So every month you should have 100 conversations, 1 community pop-up or micro event, 2 open houses, 10 social media posts, video heavy, run 1 lead magnet. What's a lead magnet? I think we all know, but I'm just gonna go over it anyway. A lead magnet is something that you maybe post on social media that has some sort of call to action. I want you to click on this. I want you to ask me for a free home valuation. I want you to contact me for whatever reason. It has some sort of call to action to it. And then send a client email newsletter. Mail 200 postcards, and then add 40 to 60 new contacts to your CRM. I think that was a little surprising to me. That's a lot of people. But in order to have the closings that you want to have, this is what's required. And I think, this is something that a lot of new agents don't really understand is the actual volume that needs to happen every single month in order to have what you want to have, right? And sometimes, as experienced agents, we're doing a lot of these things, we're just not documenting them, right? So I think as a new agent, starting from something like this, something that you put together yourself, and you can always modify this to your own abilities, but definitely following something like this will be hugely advantageous to your business. And I think you'll start seeing a lot of changes right away. So here's your weekly activity plan. You're going to have 25 meaningful real estate conversations. This is each week, 10 follow-ups, and 5 new nurtures added. So what do you need to do to have a nurture added? Well, you talk to your prospects and you find out, hey, prospect, do you have any need for real estate, a real estate professional in the next 12 months? Or you can even say in the next 6 months or whatever you want to do. But you're going to reach out, you're going to talk to your prospects and get them converted over to a lead. Now you can start nurturing those leads, right? But you don't know who to nurture until you reach out to your prospects and find out, do they have a need for real estate? All right, then your open house prep. Market a weekend open house, door knock 50 homes or deliver 20 flyers, collect 10 to 20 new leads per week. So, this is pretty straightforward. I would start with my farm area, definitely, and make yourself a nice flyer and go out there and deliver flyers. It's a good way to get some exercise in and talk to people out there on the streets. Social media, post 2 to 3 pieces of content, do 1 educational video, start 10 conversations in DMs. Now, this is something that I think a lot of agents overlook. We put things out there and we want people to comment or, look at our stuff. One of the best ways to get people to look at your stuff is to look at their stuff. Start the conversation with something they posted. Show interest in them. Once you do that, then they're going to reciprocate because that's a human thing to do. Client care, contact 5 past clients or Sphere members. Drop 1 handwritten note per week. Now, you can take these things out and put them on your calendar and organize your week so that it's not that time consuming. Because honestly, if I look at this, I could get these things done in a morning and this on the weekend. I could do a weekend, I could do an open house and then, before my open house, I'm delivering 20 flyers to invite them to my open house, right? We're only asking 2 open houses a month, so you can, do 1 every other week. Social media, I can do this before I'm even up out of bed. And then client care, a handwritten note, contact 5 Sphere members, easy. This can all be done in a half a day and 1 day on the weekend, every other weekend. But it has to be done. So I think that's where that's the rub right there is just, knowing that it has to be done and having the time to do it is a far cry from actually doing it, right? All right.
Can you put this in PDF and add it to our agent
Yeah,
link?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it could be under marketing plan and they can go into it
yeah.
for,
I'll even put the prompt too, so everybody can kind of do their own.
yeah, that would be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So step 5, daily activity plan. So this is what you're gonna do every day.
Yeah, actually, that's
Daily process.
helpful, Bobby.
Huh?
Just give us the prompt so we can run it.
Yeah,
Because then it'll be more specific to each person based on what they put in there, what details they add in there.
right, because I really want you to get specific, like if you wanted to, I want to close 15 transactions. I want, 3 of these to be referrals from other agents. I want 3 of these to be in San Bernardino proper. You could get very, very specific and have it write you a marketing plan that is just, do these things and this is what you will get. And because it's based on actual statistics and actual industry data, it's going to come really damn close to giving you what you wanted. So, so this is the daily. And if you look, it even gives you the times that it'll take to do these things. Daily, you're talking 2 hours. 2 hours, and you could have all your real estate work done for the day. Spend the rest of the day going to trainings, whatever, So here, daily prospecting, 60 minutes, 5 conversations per day, 2 follow-ups, and send 1 CMA to a homeowner. Daily marketing, film or post 1 video, start 5 to 10 social media DMs. And it says start, because you're not going to have the whole conversation maybe in 1 sitting. You'll come back and you'll have more of a conversation. Check market stats and share something educational. This kind of does a double duty because you're learning and you're sharing. Every agent should know what your average days on market are today. Everyone should know in their area. You can't possibly know all the areas, but at least in your own area, your own farm. Daily database work, add new contacts, tag and classify leads, schedule next follow-up. So, at the end of your day, when you're finishing up your 2 to 4 hours of real estate work, you should be setting up the next day. Like, these are the ones I want to follow up tomorrow. That way, when you sit down, you're not kind of looking at a blank slate going, what do I do? You're like, okay, I know I have to start here. Once you get started, it kind of gets its own motion going and it's easy to kind of keep going, but getting started can be difficult. Lead sources and scripts. Here are just some ideas. Number one, Sphere database. So these are the different lead sources. Remember, you want to have that lead source mix. And then some scripts. So here's some things that you can do to take care of this source. Birthday text. Birthdays are freebies. You want to get everybody's birthday in your database so that you can at least say happy birthday to them. That's a free opportunity to reach out to somebody when they're not going to say, what the hell are you reaching out to me for? Because you're saying happy birthday, for God's sakes. Home anniversary check-ins. All of your past clients, you should have in your database their closing date so that when that year comes around, you can say happy home anniversary and check in. Just, how's it going? The guy I'm talking to with Adam, he's the first client I ever closed. He was a buyer. He came to an open house and I showed him houses after my open house closed. And he's bought and sold a house in between. He used Scott with a slap in the face, but he didn't use me. But he came back to me. So that's what's important. Monthly market update messages. In your car account, the California Association of Realtors webpage, there's all kinds of free marketing stuff in there. You can do market updates and market, what do you call them? Like, I guess updates for every single town in your county. So you can do one, and post it or send it out to your database. Here's what our market looks like today. Imagine if everybody in your database got that every single week or month. They couldn't help but keep up with the market. They couldn't help but thinking about real estate. They can't, when they see the numbers going up and down because you send them regularly, consistency is such a great tool. Then they're going to definitely come to you when it's time to buy or sell because they know that you know what you're talking about. Quarterly CMA. Running updated home equity reports, want one, just a little offer. This could be one of those call to action. Social media, post value content, behind the scenes, client stories. Everybody's got a great client story. Or, if you've done real estate for very long, you'll have one of those crazy stories, right? Lender collabs, market update, neighborhood tours, run engagement boosters, polls, questions, ask me anything real estate day, open houses, geofarming. But these are just some really great ideas that you can do to get leads from your various sources. And then lead conversion system. Leads, nurtures, appointments, clients, closings. My 4 categories that I like to use in my database, that is something that I use. If you want yours to be a little different, there's no law that says you have to have the same 4. This is a little different. Now, this one, they have, people get entered into your database as leads, nurtures, appointments, clients, and closings. So you can label things any way you like that makes sense to you. That makes sense to me, so I use it. It sets in my head well. I know what to convert, I know how to convert, and I know the system. Your job each week is to generate new leads, follow up with nurtures, book appointments, add clients to the pipeline, and move each client toward a closing. So in my head, part of my day is going to be getting those prospects, just getting names and email addresses and phone numbers, just piling them in. My next part of my day is going to be to follow up with them. And that could mean booking appointments, adding them to the pipeline, because we're just moving everybody from one side to the other. That is the whole goal. Final breakdown, 12 transactions a year. This is what you need. And that's it. But when I found this, I was so excited. I just think it's a really good way to get the plan written and out of the way. I remember having to spend so many hours on writing the plan, and then by the time you're done writing the plan, you've changed it by the first month, and then you just never use the plan again. This is something you can do easily, quick, and get started on the plan right away. So you're not spending so much time in the planning phase. You're spending the time where it needs to be in the execution phase. So, any questions?
And Bobby, in the beginning, when when you don't have like clients and you're just
Yeah,
going, I think you just have to plan that you're going to spend the majority of your time in that find the leads and nurture them stage,
yeah,
and very
yeah.
little towards other activities. And then the
Mhm.
activities kind of build slowly, but you can spend, you can plan your day to spend, half of it minimum on that part.
Yeah.
Depends on what
Yeah,
you have. Because if you're full time,
exactly.
that's all day. You-
Mhm.
And you just get there faster if you feel.
Yeah. Well, this is actually shows how you can do real estate part-time and still close like a full-time agent. Because really, if you take all the fluff out and you just stick to what needs to be done, you can do that in a half a day. There is no reason anyone couldn't. And I want to share something really exciting. Adam had his first appointment today at 10 o'clock. He's been in this office every single day for the last 2 weeks. He just got his first appointment. I know. Yay, Adam. So, he's doing this. Oh, Chelsea's here. He's doing this the way it should be done. You spend the time on the things that need to be done. And sometimes it's not always fun, is it, Adam? Yeah, sometimes it's not like exciting, but sometimes it is, when you get that appointment or you get that conversion or you get that, conversation or whatever. And I am right here alongside of you, because guess how I found this? I'm going to show you. I found this by asking this question. How do I recruit 40 agents
Oh, you
this
ran
year?
that as well? Of course you did. Yes.
That's what I did. And I was like, what? And so I am doing this plan. I just sent out 30 emails yesterday. Today I'm going to be sending 30 text messages, and I'm just following the damn plan, I don't know if this looks like exactly like the one I ran, but it gave me the daily thing to do. So I think I put in here, write the daily steps I need to take. And then it gave me like, today you're going to send out this email. Tomorrow you're going to send this text message. And then I went and I made 6 videos of myself that I'm going to put in these text messages when I send them out. So, a lot of the stuff you can do in batches. And this is something Monica always says, do your videos. You can do 10 at a time, and then you'll have them ready to, do
Yeah,
this or that, make
nobody
a post,
wants
send
to
a text.
already more than once or twice a week, honestly. The setup alone.
Yeah. Yeah. And videos, they're not easy to do, but you can get into a groove where it feels more comfortable. Adam, one day we're gonna set up something for you and you can just sit down and pound them out. Because once they're in there, you can reuse them over and over and over, so. Maybe we'll set up a area. Oh, I want to introduce everybody to Raina. This is Raina. She's my new assistant. I have help. So anyway, that's what I have for you today. I hope that helped everyone. I hope that gave you some ideas to get going for the next year, writing a plan. We do have a training coming up. It's going to be on the 14th of January. It's hosted by Ray and an attorney friend of his. He's going to be talking about probate. We are going to also be sponsors of this event. It's going to be at the Tigar office. And I want to say it'll be,
It's live.
huh? I think you froze.
It's a live event, like person or online?
Well, in person or online?
Oh, it's in person. We might be able to do a hybrid. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him, but if we can do a hybrid,
Oh.
I'd like to. You guys keep freezing up. I don't know what's going on.
Bro. Sorry.
Yeah, you're freezing. All right, any other questions before we? Yeah, you're not frozen anymore, but while you were talking, turn off your video and then ask the question.
Is the event going to be in person or was that what we were asking?
Yeah, in person or virtual.
Or virtual?
It's gonna be in person, but I'm gonna ask Ray if we can do it hybrid.
Okay.
Okay.
Could I ask Bobby also, I wanted to confirm if this Saturday there was gonna be an in-person at our office meeting?
No,
Okay,
because everyone is just slammed.
Yeah.
So I want to do our goal setting and vision board meeting in January like we did last year.
okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Are we still
And I'll
meeting
send
on
out
the
that
10th?
date.
Are we still meeting on the 10th with Ray? At the,
On the 10th, no, I don't believe so. What was the 10th?
I think a few days were put in the chat about things, but I don't know if we ever settled on.
it was the probate title
Oh.
information.
Not-
Yeah, so the probate is gonna be the 14th of January. Yeah, you're right. He was talking about a December date, but we didn't have enough time to put that together. So we're gonna do the 14th of January. And I'll have a flyer going out about that with my assistant. Communication is gonna get so much better. We'll have regular emails and we'll send out the topics for the different trainings, so you'll be able to plan a little better. I'm hoping that everything just gets a little bit better.
And can I ask from everybody here or Bobby, if you got any feedback on what should be the training for next week? I think I recall last time we wanted to do a CMA training, but I just want to double check with you.
I think a CMA would be really great because that was what we talked about.
Okay, I'll just make sure I prepare something so we can do that next time.
Excellent, thank you. And then if that's what it will be, I'll go ahead and send that out so that everybody knows in advance.
Okay, let me put some stuff together that you can send with that email, okay?
Sounds good. All right, well, thank you everybody for attending and have a wonderful week. We'll see you all very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.
See you later.